What in the world is this? Ahmad Oslima questions. Zeon thinks that a term used to refer to the strongest beings in the world. Excluding the demons is the seven heavens. Among them, a magician who possesses enough power to annihilate an entire city alone gained the title of Mage of Destruction, and that was Ahmad Oslima, the White Flame Emperor, the fifth heaven. You're prepared to pay for your sins, right? Oslima asks angrily. Ah! Hiduk screams while burning because of Zeon's blue flame. Zeon recognizes Hiduk as a powerful entity, who is still able to maintain his existence till now inside that fire. In fact, if an ordinary person were to touch this fire, their entire body would be incinerated. The Tower Master asks Hiduk how dare he commit such a deed inside his magic tower while getting closer to the demon. Hiduk rushes forward and tries to attack Oslima. Did you think you'd be able to reach me? The Tower Master asks, while lifting only his index finger. Hiduk's physical body gets incinerated and his soul tries to escape, but at the right time, Zeon uses his dark vision to locate the soul. Upon finding the soul, he pierces it with Eclaxia. Hiduk dies while cursing Zeon and the family of Agnes. After killing the demon, Zeon stares at Tyran as he thinks that, with this, Tyran won't have to delay his meeting with the hero. Zeon can't find out how it may vary the course of the future, but at least Tyran won't be framed as the culprit and be taken away. Moreover, according to Zeon, Tyran must have figured that the demons are targeting him, so he won't keep being as lazy as he's been until now. Are you all unharmed? The Tower Master asks. The professors reply saying yes, but they all seem confused as they couldn't fathom what in the world just happened right now. Oslima tells them to keep this incident as a secret for the time being, and he promises to bear all the responsibilities regarding this matter. He then tells Tyran that he must be exhausted after what happened. So, he may leave and rest for now, and he will be summoned tomorrow to discuss the details. Tyran says that he understands and leaves. After everyone's departure, the Tower Master tells Zeon that, it seems, they need to continue their conversation from earlier. Zeon replies that he'd also like that. At the chamber of the Tower Master, he asks, whether is it true that the demons are hiding? Then what should I do? He questions. Zeon replies that he can just do the 3 things which he was asked earlier. Zeon perceives that having taken a magical pledge to not get involved in any matters outside the magic tower, Ahmad can't interfere in the conflicts of the Imperial Palace at all. Moreover, enhancing the color identification array is also of utmost importance. As he is about to leave, he gets called by Tyran from the back. Tyran says that there's something he'd like to ask. Zeon puts a finger near his mouth and tells Tyran not to ask because only those who are worth may ask something. Zeon hesitates to help because not only will it not help at all right now, but Tyran's development is designed in a way that his potential can only be fully realized by staying by the hero's side, so he decides not to help Tyran. Moreover, Zeon has no plans to cultivate Tyran either. It won't be too late to think about it after everyone in the hero's party complete their respective awakenings. Well, having one of them on my side isn't a bad idea after all, is it? He wonders. Tyran enters his home, and the words that Zeon said about him being worthy or not is currently roaming in his mind. He thinks that the magic Tower Master's strength was so amazing that it engraved itself into his mind. But there is something about Prince Zeon that's beyond amazing, as Prince Zeon. He knew the exact answer to the theory that even he hadn't been able to answer yet. Zeon certainly knew from the beginning that Professor Plod was the culprit because it was an action that would be impossible without being certain that the person was both the culprit and a demon. Tyran understands that this time he was really lucky, but he won't be as lucky next time. Only those who are worthy may ask. This phrase again rings in Tyran's ears, and concludes that Zeon might be right about this. He realizes that he must get stronger, so that he doesn't lay helplessly like this if it happens again, and also so that next time he can confidently visit Prince Zeon to demand an answer. Inside the car, Zeon is feeling the after effects of using lunar eclipse last night, and he perceives that this state will likely persist for around 4 to 5 days. It has never been this severe before, but Zeon Agnes's constitution is naturally weak. Maybe if Zeon hadn't consumed the heart of the 1,000-year-old ogre, he wouldn't have been able to use lunar eclipse at all. So he decides that he must visit the strange doctor soon. For now, this is the most effective way to improve his physical condition. Moreover, he gained something from this battle too. The Black Star Fall has now been upgraded to Stage 3. Was it stimulated after I destroyed the King of the Phantom Legend and used lunar eclipse once more? Zeon wonders. Once his body recovers, he will be able to ascend to the 3rd stage. Upon reaching the Pointer Star Palace, he is received by Fredo and Thierry. Zeon asks whether all the things have been prepared. Thierry replies that the preparations are already done. At Diana Agnes's place of work, she is wondering about the black sword that Zeon used previously. She is certain that the sword was the light-extinguishing sword. That sword is known to have been used by the first emperor of the Empire, the Eternal Emperor. When she visited the underground treasury, she only saw a part of it. Who would have thought that the light-extinguishing sword would fall into Zeon's hands? What exactly happened? Diana wonders. Diana realizes the light-extinguishing sword was the one and only favorite weapon of the Eternal Emperor, the first emperor of the Agnes Empire. It holds such tremendous symbolism, and the fact that the light-extinguishing sword became Zeon's can't be overlooked just like that. She clearly understands that it's only quiet due to the fact that there are only a few people who are aware of the sword's existence and appearance, and in her opinion, if the truth gets out, the turmoil will be beyond imagination. She calls her assistant, whose name is Lloyd, and tells him increase surveillance on Zeon to the same level as the other royal family members. Lloyd replies that the orders will be taken care of as per her wishes. The National Affairs Assembly is coming soon, isn't it? Diana asks. Lloyd replies by saying yes. Agnes National Affairs Assembly is the second largest assembly held in the Empire. It's an important event where direct descendants of the imperial family and a variety of influential figures gather and decide the Empire's future. A greatly symbolic assembly of such significance that one's attendance reflects their influence. The Agnes National Affairs Assembly is primarily run by the direct imperial family members, and their right to speak is determined by the number of assembly members supporting them. In order for a direct imperial family member to participate in the National Affairs Assembly, the support of at least 10 assembly members is needed, and Zeon lacks in that particular area as he has yet to gain the support of even one person. Diana speaks with absolute confidence, and certainly that they don't have to worry about that, because she is certain that Zeon won't be able to join the National Affairs Assembly. In the next scene, we see a local noble traveling in a red car. Is the time for the government conference already up? Kalan Habas asks, as he wonders what kind of offers will come up this time. He thinks that he is only here as a supporter anyways, so he just has to stay neutral this time. He concludes that it looks like the 4th prince or the 5th princess might show up with good offers this time around, and also, according to him, Prince Zeon won't be able to attend. Regardless, that's likely the extent of his influence as a royal without any substantial backing. Cologne. Habas notices that the lights are shining bright despite the hour. He says that it's just like the Empire's future that will last forever and also his own bright future. Huh? What? Where on earth are we going? Stop! Stop right there! He screams loudly as he is extremely shocked. What's this? He wonders. The sight of his car being demolished by that unknown dark aura terrifies him. What's the hell is happening right now? He shouts out of fear. He then sees a man walking towards him whose identity is still unknown. He then uses a summoning-type magic to summon his backups. He says that he doesn't know the person who is attacking him, but he won't stand still after seeing all that has happened now. After the arrival of his escorts, he orders them to capture the man. Two of the soldiers rush straight at the intruder upon hearing the order from the noble, but all of them were cut down in mere seconds. The others then hesitate to fight. Kalon Habas orders them not be scared of a single individual and keep attacking. Zeon, on the contrary, is defeating every one of them with ease, as if they are some measly ants. After defeating everyone, he walks near the noble. "Who are you? Why are you doing this?" Kalon Habas asks while being extremely horrified as he crawls backwards. "What do you think is the reason for this?" Zeon questions. At that time, the noble notices that it's the imprisoned Prince Zeon of the Agnes family whom he is talking to. Zeon explains that numerous instances of bribery, illicit wealth accumulation, and even though slavery has already been abolished, not only does Kalon Habas have many slaves to satisfy his twisted hobby, he even murdered his political enemies. "How did you know all about this?" Habas asks. Zeon replies that Sir Habas doesn't have to concern himself regarding those matters, as he will be provided with a once-in-a-lifetime chance. In the next scene, a person laughs. "Do you know who I am?" he asks while laughing wholeheartedly. "Ha! Of course, aren't you the noble Bukel Izzard?" Thierry informs. Bukel Izzard says that it takes nerves to kidnap a noble person like him. Despite knowing all about it, he informs that his knights must be on the move looking for him already. It won't take more than an hour to discover this place. Thierry says that it probably won't happen, and even if it happens then, Izzard will be bound to send the knights back himself. "What the hell are you talking about?" "Why would I send them back?" Izzard asks. Thierry, while ignoring the questions, brings out a paper. First of all, Thierry says that it would be better to look at this and talk a bit, while removing the mask from Izzard's face. In the next moment, Enoch receives a news from his personal informant. She informs that it looks like Prince Zeon will be attending the conference. There should be no lawmakers backing up, right? Then how come Zeon is attending? Enoch questions. She replies that it seems that the neutral lawmakers are being recruited in the shadows. "How dare Zeon even try to attend a government conference?" he asks angrily. He thinks that among the 11 lawmakers who claim to stand neutral, it's impossible to be able to recruit 10 people so quickly. But then again, when it comes to Zeon, it cannot be quite certain yet. He perceives that these matters should be handled properly. He orders her to make sure to get the information on the neutral lawmakers. He says that he will see the report once he has returned from the underground. Enoch then opens a portal to travel to the underground. At the same time, Zeon is thinking that it's the best moment to increase the potency of the Black Star, or else it would have to be postponed until the government conference ends. If everything goes as he planned, it won't take long, as something will switch the course of events. In his opinion, if he doesn't reach 3 stars until then, his further plans won't go smoothly. He starts to manifest the Black Star's aura around him, and after some time, he focuses all of that in one point. He realizes that if he was weaker than now, he wouldn't be able to break through. Finally, he says that now, it's the last one and the last shot he needs to make. Both Fredo and Thierry look at the night sky in amusement, as if the stars are looking more beautiful than before. At the Blood Tower, Master Kerma de Choles says that if the things goes on like this, the very existence of the Blood Tower is in danger. He wonders what he should do now to make things better. He says that in such times like this, all blood mages should unite, but even in such small numbers, there is no unity. It would have been nice if there was at least one person who was like the 1,000-year-old witch now. No, he wishes that the witch came here herself instead. At that moment, he receives a news that there's an intruder who has entered the tower. What? An intruder? Kerma repeats. He then goes on the balcony to check the scenario and witness people getting tied up by blood magic. Liushina tells Kerma that he sure took his time to show up. Are you really Liushina Bloodwalker? He asks. Liushina replies by saying yes indeed, who else might it be in a critical time like this? After hearing this, all the members start to shout, "Oh, see, it's the 1,000-year-old witch, the mother of beasts. It's the queen. Our queen has finally arrived." Thanks to that, now the control over the blood tower was easily taken over. But would it be useful taking them with me? Liushina wonders. Liushina explains that those who have inherited blood magic have turned so weak, so she doesn't like how this is looking. It's annoying, but there's no other way. The only way left is to simply make them stronger, and especially Kerma. The news of Hiduk being killed reaches his comrades. Was it Zeon Agnes again? The male demon asks. The girl demon explains that, to be exact, their contact with Hiduk was cut off around the same time Zeon Agnes visited the Magic Tower Imperial University. The man says that he warned Hiduk in advance, but it seems that it didn't work that much. Then he asks about the magician whom they were supposed to kill. The girl replies that Hiduk was aiming for the magician from the beginning, and that might be the reason why Zeon killed Hiduk in the first place. He says that they also managed to find out some information related to the hero through the future eyes. The girl assumes that Zeon might also have the power of the future eyes. The demon man replies that it's not possible for Zeon to possess the future eyes. But still, the girl says that who would have thought Zeon Agnes would get that strong? The male replies that he didn't expect that either. He assumes that Zeon may have received some external help. Do you mean that monster from the Magic Tower University might have stepped in? The girl questions. The demon replies that it's a matter related to the Magic Tower, so there's no way that monster doesn't know. Even so, judging by how no information has leaked out, it's highly likely that the Tower Master had something to do with it. The girl conceives that there's also a high chance of Ahmad being related to Zeon Agnes. The boy explains that's probably not the case, because the Tower Master even pledged that he won't involve himself with anything that happens outside the Magic Tower. He must have stepped in because it happened within the Magic Tower. But still, the reason this matter wasn't made public is because the Imperial Prince has a lot to do with it, because it also seems that Zeon is reluctant to reveal their existence to the world. We share something common in that sense, I'm not sure why. But we certainly need to remove him, right? The girl demon asks. The boy demon suggests that there's one way to remove Zeon without them having to step in. He says he heard that Prince Enoch is preparing to kill Zeon Agnes, and Prince Enoch seems to almost loathe Zeon. Then we can just nudge him a little. That demon is in charge of Prince Enoch, right? The girl asks. The demon boy replies that he hates that demon because he is a bit strange. Are you going to have a talk with that person? The girl questions. The male demon answers by saying sure. She notifies him that soon the hero will appear, so before that, it'd be better to erase as much of the annoying things as possible. At the National Assembly, magical powerhouse, Ozlema family's first successor, Groud Ozlema greets Count Alstein. Groud says that it seems like the Imperial family hasn't arrived yet. He assumes that it will be the same people participating again this time. He notices that Emperor Erdios and the first prince, Rubrios's seats are vacant. He assumes that the Emperor may not participate because of his ailment, but he finds it hard to think of a reason for which the first prince won't be participating in the National Assembly. Was the rumor about the first prince obsessively devoting himself to the Order of Light and forsaking everything else true after all? Groud wonders. Groud tries to talk with his other comrades about the news that are currently circulating. He says that this time, Prince Zeon himself took care of Regan Ursula and the entire Icarus Magic Division. Isn't it amazing? He asks. Additionally, he explains himself that it's quite amazing because Prince Zeon Agnes was called the imperial family's disgrace up until very recently. But in just a few months, he passed the succession ceremony and even subjugated the Phantom Legion, one of the 7 great calamities, and there are even more praises besides these. Moreover, he says that Zeon even dealt with the Icarus division, so Count Alstein must be pleased. Count Alstein tells Groud Oslima to stop this nonsense because it has nothing to do with them, so he says that he would appreciate it if Groud stopped talking about this. At that moment, an announcement is made. Her Highness, Princess Diana Agnes, the 5th princess, is entering, the guard declares. Upon entering, Diana notices that no one has arrived yet. They've long been engaging in a battle of ego with no benefits to see who's gonna enter last. Should I prepare a rule about that in this meeting? Diana thinks. Another announcement is made that Her Highness, Princess Evelyn Agnes, the 2nd princess, is entering. I'm not late, now am I? The 4th Prince Udican Agnes questions upon entering. The 3rd Prince Anok Agnes apologizes to everyone for being late. As expected, he has not come, Anok says about Prince Zeon. How dare he try to participate in the assembly without knowing his place? Enoch asks, while smiling wholeheartedly as he thinks that Zeon won't be able to attend the meeting. Enoch says that if he just got 2 of the 11 neutral councilmen on his side, Zune will be left with the support of only 9 councilmen and won't be able to participate in the assembly. According to Enoch, it's a simple but effective method. He thinks that with this, he has reclaimed the councilman whom Zeon had won over to, so nothing will go wrong. He is curious and eager to see the kind of face Zeon will make after a complete defeat. Princess Evelyn tries to say that they should begin the National Assembly, but gets intervened by yet another shocking announcement that shook everyone. The gate guards declare that His Highness, Prince Zeon Agnes, the 6th prince, is entering. Everyone attending the assembly gets completely baffled. Upon witnessing the charismatic way of Zeon walking towards his seat, all of his siblings had the same thought. How in the world did Zeon Agnes enter the assembly hall? They all wonder as they get puzzled. Wait, how is this person here? Just how? How did he enter the assembly room? Enoch shouts out loud in complete anger. One of the person from the magical powerhouse informs that Prince Zeon has obtained the support of at least 10 councilmen and therefore fulfilled the requirements to participate in the National Assembly. Enoch disagrees with the report and tells the boy to verify it again. The organizer replies that it's true, and in fact, it's 11 people who has signed to support Prince Zeon instead of 10. This news came as a sudden shock to Enoch, as if the ground under his feet has turned upside down. He then realizes something and turns around to see the look at the face of the people who promised to support him. Just who? Were there more neutral councilmen who I had failed to notice? Moreover, it's not 10, but 11 councilmen? What strings did Zeon pull this time? He wonders aimlessly as he can't find any conclusion. Zeon says that he has something to ask. Why did you assume I'd only garner support from the neutral ones? He asks, while smiling. Moreover, he tells Enoch that he should have worried about his own supporting people first. Enoch then notices that the so-called trusted people of his are now hiding their eyes from Enoch. The look on Enoch's completely defeated and furious face is a scene that is worthwhile to notice. Zeon declares that the time has come to begin the assembly. Princess Evelyn speaks up. She states the list and the items that were presented in the last assembly's agenda. Groud notices that Zeon Agnes isn't the same as before, as if he has become a different person. He says that now he understands why Regan claimed that Zeon practiced dark magic. Is that why Icarus was defeated? He wonders. Zeon feels that this may be troublesome as he sees a lot of familiar faces. Among them, About half of them can be categorized into those whom he must kill and those whom he must save. Those who will be of help on the path he is about to walk, and those who won't. Those who are related to the demons, and those who are demons themselves. He decides that first and foremost, he must get rid of the easiest target. Evelyn announces that they'll conclude the agenda from the previous assembly and proceed with the review of the new agenda. Firstly, she says that they should review the agenda proposed by Udic and Agnes regarding the increase of the military budget, and along the way in their conversation, Princess Diana and Prince Enoch share their thoughts regarding military budget. Diana feels strange because it's too quiet, and the assembly practically ends once the submissions and reviews are over. So, according to her, Zeon must have participated in the National Assembly because he wanted something, but he didn't even submit an agenda beforehand. That's what confuses Diana the most. Evelyn declares that the agendas are now complete, so they must conclude. Zeon intervenes and says that he wants to propose an agenda as well. Right here and now? What might it be? Evelyn asks. Zeon suggests that they must push the parade forward. By the parade, do you mean the Imperial Family Parade? Princess Evelyn questions. The routine parade of the Agnes Imperial Family, an event where the Imperial Family, accompanied by their forces, like the Night Orders, parade before the citizens outside the Imperial City. While demonstrating the Imperial Family's splendor to the citizens, it also announces the Agnes family's well-being. It is also used to announce that a direct descendant of the royal family has had their right to ascend to the throne recognized in order to gain the citizens' acknowledgement. It was a significant event, but it wasn't seen as anything exceptionally important. Moreover, in order to conduct the parade, one must basically have full control of their force. But Zion lacks such a force, and even if it's postponed, it may not be of any help to him. Why would he want to advance the routine parade all of a sudden? Is he being serious now? Evelyn thinks. Zeon replies by saying yes, and he believes that a week will suffice. Udican happily agrees. Diana states that she is against it. She explains that if they suddenly push forward the Imperial Family Parade, it will disrupt the existing schedule. The main reason why Diana is against it is because she thinks that Zeon couldn't have proposed an idea without a plan. She thinks that she must be careful until she figures out what Zeon is planning. Evelyn then asks Enoch about his opinion. Enoch replies by saying yes. Enoch thinks that Zeon is trying to make an opportunity for himself, and because Enoch was going to propose it anyway, he thinks that Zeon must be planning something again, but it doesn't matter, because this time, no matter what it takes, Enoch makes an oath that he is going to destroy Zeon. After the Nation Assembly, Evelyn talks with Zeon that she thought Zeon wouldn't even pass the succession ceremony, but it seems like her judgment regarding Zeon was wrong. She remembers a past incident when Karen said that Prince Zeon's skill are increasing at a monstrous rate. It seems now that the things Karen said back then wasn't a lie. You wouldn't have summoned me just to say that. What do you want to tell me? Zeon questions. Evelyn says that she summoned Zeon because she has something to ask. She says that she wants to know the reason why Zeon made such a proposal during the National Assembly. Zeon asks whether she is referring about pushing the parade forward. As far as I know, apart from a few knights guarding the Pointer Star Palace, you don't have any forces. Why did you push the parade forward? Evelyn asks. Zeon replies that he did that because that way he can draw them in. Evelyn says that she doesn't understand anything Zeon is talking about, but she asks whether Zeon needs any knights for the parade. Zeon replies that it won't be necessary. Instead, there is something that he needs to tell her. What is Zeon planning this time? I don't get why he made such a suggestion at the National Assembly, Diana thinks. She hadn't even detected any kind of movements from Zeon up until now. Is Zeon really planning to participate in the parade alone? She wonders. At that moment, she is informed that she has a guest. A guest? Who is it? Diana questions. The knight says that it is Prince Zeon Agnes. Diana gets surprised as she quickly orders the knight to escort Zeon inside. Diana says that it's been quite some time since the two of them met by themselves like this. She suggests that as they aren't close enough for idle chit-chat, so they must cut to the chase. What brings you here? She asks. Zeon says that he is going to fight the third prince. What did you say? You're going to fight the third prince? The third prince, Enoch? You must realize that it sounds ridiculous, right? Diana asks. Zeon says that he is going to make it make sense, and in order to do that, he tells Diana that he wants to borrow her power until he strikes Enoch. After hearing this, Diana laughs loudly. She says that if it is a joke, then it is a funny one. My dear little brother, why should I risk a full-scale war with a royal family member and lend my forces to my little brother who lacks any significant power? If I lend you my power, what do I gain? And in the first place, why did you think I would lend you my power? Diana questions constantly. She says that for someone to suggest such a thing, the two parties involved have to be on equal footing. You surely don't believe that we're on the same level. Do you? Diana asks while releasing her aura to intimidate Zeon. Zeon also starts to release his aura. He says that there is something that he would like to ask. Who gets to decide that level? He asks while releasing his tremendous dark aura, which shakes up the room. Diana realizes that it's neither magic, martial arts, or even the celestial star sea. It's similar to the celestial star sea, but it's something even darker than that. Am I the one getting afraid? She wonders while being terrified.